A transformation in global defense strategy is underway. Europe is now taking control, reinforcing independent security measures amid unprecedented global uncertainties, steadily building. Under a defense readiness program valued at €800 billion, Europe is preparing for the coming decade with determination and strategic resolve. Leaders in the European Union are committing to an independent defense future, moving away from traditional dependency on American military technologies and policies. Recent remarks have raised concerns. Powerful nations have hinted at using hidden kill switches in advanced military equipment supplied to allies during inspections. Certain American officials have admitted that some weapons might operate at reduced strength, a 10% decrease intentionally planned to control strategic partnerships. France, Portugal, and Canada are rethinking their fighter jet orders. Many have switched focus towards European and Australian defense systems in recent months. Trust in traditional American defense guarantees has weakened. National security concerns are now prompting a major reassessment among allied governments across the board. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen stated, "Nations must prepare for a future where the United States loses its role as strategic partner." Canada has also stepped aside from traditional U.S. alignments, working with Australia to develop an over-the-horizon long-range radar system recently. A global reordering of alliances is visible. Nations today are compelled to seek partners who offer reliable security without unwanted surprises everywhere now. European nations have prepared legal proposals to exclude reliance on US and even UK defense technologies, a bold step towards true autonomy now. Trade tensions have soared. The United States has threatened high tariffs on European goods, sparking widespread concern and immediate market disruption across economies. Trump declared that there are no plans to pause tariffs. His remarks caused market turmoil and wiped trillions of value from global sectors. Immediate responses emerged from European officials. They emphasized that retaliatory tariffs on American goods were a necessary and calculated response in due time. European countermeasures target high-value items such as American motorcycles, wine, and tech products, a decision rooted in protecting economic stability for safety. The United States retaliated by threatening tariffs on European steel, cars, and other manufactured goods, further deepening the transatlantic trade conflict with severity. This new wave of retaliatory measures has sent shockwaves through financial markets. Stocks fluctuated wildly as uncertainty gripped both sides with undeniable rapidity. Across the globe, manufacturers and service providers are feeling the pressure. American and European industries are adapting to shifting market dynamics rapidly now. Domestically in the United States, small businesses have raised product prices. The cost increases are proving burdensome for everyday consumers, causing widespread hardship. International leaders are now calling for transparency. Public debates have intensified as populations demand clearer strategic visions in uncertain times across every continent. Government officials in major European cities have emphasized unity. There is a shared commitment to safeguard national industries and build self-reliant economies firmly. Shifting defense policies have deep implications for global economic balances. They force governments to rethink procurement and invest in new technologies at home. Lawmakers on both sides are aware of the risks. Each move is carefully measured to avoid triggering long-lasting economic harm during negotiations. The trade war has already impacted automotive manufacturers. Production cutbacks and layoffs are saddening communities, while deep divisions form in boardrooms across industries. Emerging debates in boardrooms feature calls for independence. Businesses now venture to diversify supply chains and production bases away from traditional suppliers globally. In a rapid diplomatic pivot, European nations have begun forging new trade agreements that bypass reliance on the historically dominant American market. High-level officials mention that these alternative markets offer promising growth. For example, ongoing talks with India, Indonesia, and Thailand are already underway. As nations reposition themselves, trade patterns begin to shift. Export and import relationships are redrawn with a focus on regional stability and benefit. Many European companies have experienced a steep drop in demand for American parts, a direct consequence of mounting tariffs and changing alliance structures. Wall Street has been unsettled. Stock markets have seen fluctuations of around 1,000 points each day in response to volatile policy shifts. Consequent reactions include emerging discussions about safeguards, planning for potential scenarios where American weapons might become unreliable due to internal vulnerabilities promptly addressed. Several key European industries now divert from U.S. products. investing in local supply chains and fostering long-term innovation projects with community support. Policy decisions on both sides resonate deeply with consumers. Families and small business owners feel the weight of these sweeping economic changes abundantly. American manufacturers, such as major automakers, have adjusted production strategies, a shift fueled by rapidly rising costs and unpredictable international tariffs to adapt. Workers in affected industries now face uncertainty. Many have seen hours cut and are forced to adapt amid tightening economic margins with resolve. European communities rally to support vulnerable workers. Local governments and unions work together to ease hardships during these tumultuous trade conflicts with determination. Some markets have already adjusted to the shock. Companies are revising forecast projections and exploring broader investment in domestic capabilities for future security. Political leaders vow to maintain the status quo in strategy, though pressure mounts to restore trust and ensure protection for national industries steadily. Examples of shifting policies can be seen in real time. American companies like Apple have restructured operations amid rising trade barriers for stability. Decisive responses in international forums show a clear signal. Nations are ready to leverage every tool to protect their sovereign interests without hesitation. Trade disruptions have forced businesses to re-examine past dependencies, a realization that the old order no longer meets present challenges effectively beyond doubt. Both the defense and trade arenas are intertwined. Security measures now influence economic decisions and vice versa in profound ways across the board. Recent speeches from world leaders remind us the balance of power is shifting, and no nation can remain isolated in this changing landscape. Proactive planning is essential now. Every decision taken by governments will shape the future of both domestic security and international trade beyond measure. Uncertainty persists, yet a new spirit of innovation and self-reliance emerges. Nations are embracing challenges with unwavering determination and moving forward with hope. The economic battlefield now extends across continents. Trade wars, strategic pivots, and technological investments redefine tomorrow's market landscape as nations compete fiercely globally. Government budgets reflect this shift. Increased spending on domestic defense and research show strong commitment to future resilience as security remains the priority. Many independent voices in civil society speak about these changes. They emphasize that clear communication and honesty build lasting public trust without reservation. The shifting paradigm forces each nation to rethink long-established conventions. There is no going back once new policies become the norm indeed. In this era of transformation, every decision matters. The future of defense and trade rests on the choices made today with unwavering resolve.